Tariki mochia mori twititejwa June tukethwa twina kiatho kinene sana ara makutano terrace kwithwa twikungwira miaka 8 ya Weru FM 96.4 rumuri rwa Meru na tuchokiri nkatho sana no ntubo kwithwa wina batu kaitaka miaka 8 so itu kualika ara terrace club makutano Meru town nikenda withwa wikungwira na batu and of course tukimenyana tuichokana iria nkatho no ntubo kwithwa turi amwe na of course tuichokaria murungu nkatho lakini mbere ya tukethwa twina tukethwa twi kanisene ya St Stephen Gitoro Catholic au Gitoro niyo tukethwa turi kanisene rukiri ruru wa Jumapili and then baadaye twithwe nindi twita utirimana na mashabiki bangi nabo kwithwa twikungura itoko wato eni tukwe ya Jumapili ya tariki 1 kenda twithwa twikungura na uwe so karibu sana na make sure no kwithwa wikinya make sure na no kwithwa kithikira Weru FM 96.4 na kuona Weru TV nikendo ukamenya mitaratara na mibango ira tuwika yo kinyaniria kiatho kia ukungwira miaka 8 ya Weru FM tuimita Weru FM at 8 so karibu sana now kando na yau ni kwithirite kwina muthutira wa kisiasa yongeyo tofauti nyuma ya Alhamisi Ndhiru Rigathi Gachagua ura wari deputy president kwithirwa kirure kiama kiake kia DCP kiama kiake kia DCP kira arurire ntuko ya Alhamisi tariki 15 ni kithirite kireta mwanki na muthutira yongeyo kisiasa na nende kwina rwaria rukwaluka no ntuthai barabara rutere rwa thirikari baruate kuri na ciama bibi ya ciama kia bia kikabila. What does that mean? Na kwithirwa Mheshimiwa Mithika Linturi thuri ari organizing secretary wa kiama kiri rimaanisha atia kiri siasa of course cia Meru na siasa cia Kenya twitete mbere bwe maanisha atia mantu ya kwithirwa ati Mithika Linturi etete rutere ru by Mita People's Coalition kana the People's Coalition kwithirwa ari rutere ru rimaanisha atia so karibu sana kiri mubango yechungia siasa utukubaru ari turi imwe kwa imwe kuma amwamba Igembe South Mheshimiwa Mithika Linturi the organizing secretary wa DP karibu I mean DCP karibu sana kiri mubango yechungia siasa na asante na ntoboto watu wenina.
Thank you sana bwana Ichunge na tena karibu tena mwamba it's long kumara to ari au na mbere athigiria ba Weru FM na tegeri ba Weru TV ati ntugwe mbega ntugwe nene ira tukomba kwaraniria ndibere yoro wai yumya kikirari na manto mengi no dipati tunakiama nendi ketu ira kuitwa DCP kana Democracy for Citizens People Citizens Party na to DCP toriwa Skiza Mkenya DCP Skiza Ground ama Skiza Mkenya au ni otore no ntomondo yatoria kubanga imantu ya teketa kiutate ato na ora mananchi akwenda no ntuturenda kwithira mauntu yonde ya tukabanga yethire yera mananchi akwenda ira tutikaniretie nikenda tuma kiri kana kuleta mubandiliko ya kaomba at least kutilia manani maoni ya Mkenya wonde na tuma kiri utongeria bwa ukoloni utongeria bwa kifua utongeria bwa kilasima na nekio ntutukua rendi na nkuwa nende ndiri au na mhape no ntumbere kana kiutatina ya turari na yombere tuina kanya ko correct mauntu ya ba utu twathirie na ndaro mbete musamaringe yara twetikirie muntura wiko na utawala thai ya wera iswa nende tuyantu ba murima yuyo Mount Kenya uni na Rigathi Gachagua tomwira bangi ba mucaineria makaratasi bona Martin tomwira ba utu utimaratasi tukwenda kwadia tukwenda baratu tuwitekia na kono ndo tuwitekia yo metukwaraniria tutikio kathithia no muntu wari close muno kiba utu na tutetikitio mbutu thithia bra atuthitie na ndo ndende ba ndere yakuringana baba utu tukarira kana tukaria na ruthanju rwa wisho rute ururuka na ruitemera rute ururu tona yenda turimba ku respond kiri mauntu ya wananchi akua katuibanganie nikenda tukomba kuthira tuina kiama ketu kira tukethera tuna kyo ya rume bangi tukiarije kana kupanga coalitions na ndenda kubera thikirie bonde arabari patkenda kwa ya kwa confused kima untieri tuina kintu tuita the People's Coalition the People's Coalition ni team iro kuona ina Kalonzo ina Madakarua ina Junjini wa Malwa wa Muturi Mithika Gachagua and others Matiangi Torome Zaitoti ontiakiu iranio the founder kana team ya mbere emandu ya People's Coalition. People's Coalition no te muntu ara kibra bonde utina political party. Baba ta na political party ne medeka na gashagu. Na nende ikiontronere kutukadithia kiama ketu. Kenda tu kenda tu karande tukiaria People's Coalition ikethira a coalition ya like-minded parties idekethira ciunga na umwe no ntuba kweria kuretwa rukunde ne ndigurwe na kenda ushwathiri karingi no na ikethira na corporate membership so tutumba witana direct tutina kiama kiondo ne tuna kiama ketu kia DCP kira tukenda niko twatumira kwariria naraki ke the People's Coalition kana kuthithia mikataba irayumba kutherio nikenda tumba kureta wananchi amwe nikenda tukethira tukireta wananchi amwe to choose candidate umwe uroga represent interest siantu abonde nikenda President William Ruto edra I want term.
You know, Mheshimiwa bura mumero maybe arengeregira ni ati mithika linturi no kinyawa eta ki coalition yeje ena kiama yake because mtu na uchuri atiri why do you want kwethro uri kiamene kia mtu ungi na tiki yaku wewe ngwa
wana Martin kankwire I think ni bwamu antu bamenye from the beginning ugeto kathoma the Political Parties Act sheria ya Biama ira manager mantu wathani utie kiama kia muntu no ntu number 1 qualifications and registration ya kiama no lazima withire uri na presence ke 24 counties ilazima withire wina member at least ngiri ke every county ilazima withire wina face of Kenya kire executive kana ke timu yeku nikenda ukonekana obukwa ru national so byama byonde byabye Kenya bithira bi national political parties so umuntu romba kwithira kiwa kuri kiama amba kwithira kithitha cewenka tutumbikana no tutimiti threshold ya registration tu ndenda kwira Meru atumenya you see bautunda kura we have funded kuri akire antu bangema no ntu batu twetikirie William Ruto twa mwankoro etu tutyo mhoria mwankatia na twamwite we bira tumba kuthithia ni betrayal so na tumbitrire na to athithite betrayal na ucokire antu betu no ndigo tura kitha tembo boetikirie muntu tutethia bona thinira ili kuthaiyo tuna the best thing ni kwathia nende ka tucwe kiama tuthurani antu betu tubeke ki DCP then tuota na kungi tukarani na rume bangi no to stand na ku na DPK weta kire runka ri predominantly nara antu bra tongeri bumite kiamene kira nara bumite kana ya kalonso musioka akiunda ondiam Kenya nara kurine kamba so tutekwenda weta tutekwira antu betu kana tigetu nika no ndu number 1 ngwetekia for us kenda to strong ilazima tuonekane tuna unity na kwa kadha tuna unity pia namba yetu no lazima sidire ikionekana si namba sina maana hailia wana Martin kiama byetu na byote ne miru tuwe namba tuwe onto kiama kano pe ikebo yumbe omwe pia no temo yumbe wiko mbasi temo yumbe kiri dirikari nande Kenya ya yero nara Nairobi at the national government level so kinyoka da wena kiama okuikenu no tunye bibinge no byenu otekomba kuresi namba sia fulani sia yumbe tumba utikiro medenera so no ndo wao etikio beto rutumba kwathurana mombe na kacha yeto neko na Meru na Embu na antu babangi butumbo tiathurana dona it can only be wise ko leverage on the strength a number siu na unit na cultural styles ira tuture nacio to stonye ke to dithie kiama kimo twinde kira to kuane to frontete na inya muno no tuture number cia dikwan na probability ya number cia bunge na mbige dareo ne kenda nende tomba utakyo mbere na number 2 wa level na Martin kire National Executive Committee itebira inene the first 5 itebira tuyo so nte kuona kwa mantu yomba kwa rirwe anywhere tutemethene u tukibanga mauntu
Mheshimiwa unfortunately sadly nyuma ya kithurano kia 2027 kaito nto ya kanyuma ya kithurano kia 2027 tomba kwethwa twena rwaria oja roringi ro betrayal again because nobody would have expected ati when Mheshimiwa President bukathukana na burwe so what will be different ati kaku na Mheshimiwa Gachagua ari deputy party leader nengwa kiamene nengwa kwithirwa ari party leader, I mean a deputy party leader, or whether iwe netikia organizing secretary. Again, sadly, unfortunately, tomba kwithwa twina rwaria o yarore ingi after kithurano kia 2027 at a time like now.
Bwana Martin, kankwire nontu yao kwaria ntumba kuwa kaya tumbo karika. Mwanka tayu to me utima ntatumbo karika nduniene nontu wowa Gachagua ne detende pite pate linga na kengwa. Lakini to buri usudi atire ukari is the highest responsibility. Number one, nandendo kwa history yetu na hatu maneti na history yetu na andova Mount Kenya West. Ite ko mata no to dinya to tena nyake amakimu bwana Martin kana dinya to tena nye any position in the party. As long as no kondio na muntu honest, na muntu truthful, na muntu clean, unkorone na everything else. And this is the example. DP raya ambererie ibando baibamberie ko na kemoi kibaki na bamunene kayo. Baba inge banko areria batumba kupamba kure kote Martin that history. Kibaki being the gentleman that he was. Nando bai na murungu na beke boya ando be yabonde yikene na bamuiraria no kumemuiraria na rinya senior official wakihamakeu na bonde beterwe anto bau bare akurube sima na beka kirikaniro bwatanirite. Kyo kuona nyenge dake ayikuthithia thirikari no yere na ekira miru anto ne ambere muno na tina bono tunare mwetekwa so bautwe kato andirire na conman na muntu utekumba uteweka kirikaniro na muntu uko abuse power no authority nonto kwatwe koko nonto kunenkera inya ya utawala anto exercise authority ya power for the benefit of the people wa mwani kia kukebiako nekionto ukona mantu ya kareki.
So what will be different?
Lakini sefugandi bwana Martin no bweri okumenya constitution ya kiama enjira ira muntu omba kulitonyo ofisini. No bweri kumenya kiama pia anto kwenda team ira withera weni omba kunywa muntu na watu wakinyamo kirisele. Kethira ya umburi ya karere. Kethira katwari nantu na tongeria baraba bweri okwaria community baraba bweri kumenya into ketu na kyo iketo kamuntu areo on behalf na on interest ya andro bange mantu yatikika so kwengwa Gachagua ketheka yumbi betu baraba iko bare faithful enough truthful to their conscience na kile mbi bakemenya kutari na sababu ya kwengwa Gachagua so bakiresist that influence na bakawa no na atikingika nonto ikionto kuona kinyawo itene bimwe ikwethahera kwena njira ekweria ku maintain excesses the executive so to ale turenda uru kundira muntu tewetekeka akwaamua kututendera na baba bwiri utukaria no tukaria kiri mateso pare mwa kuthithia ta kuthithio nonto their business is about themselves.
Curia yakwana atiri what will be different this time? Because the last time twaririe Mheshimiwa wambirire ati you were betrayed by someone urawe etikiti bonene, and I believe kinyakiri Gachagua nonto no mwetikia, so why not have your own bosa inanire because ba wetangula ba prime cabinet secretary bara kinyabo ne antu bena biama biobi na antu abunge bakai. Why don't you have your own?
Martini kile ngurume na ngukueleza ndakulo tumba kudona kiama ya kutenguka na ngari ile no kumbuke kwa wa registration ni kiama
I asked that ndio Mheshimiwa Nontore watu ile atire
why it is not possible ilongo kwera tukumbikana nonto kiama tikia mtu ke ilongo kukwera kiama kile akiro kuona ota registrar of political parties watima mideka jitara na rona kwa tiba explain na rules yawe weto time Ciaca Cia aipatu linda watima malala deputy party linda watima para bonde turekiriara neba kuoni substantive positions so ne kirere trima na ya trima ne karia imeka resolution ne karia ya communicate a decision kinya oketa kondo change anything kwa registrar nine ki karande ne karate power in National Delegates Congress.
Very well.
So it is not that easy uroko dwania na nkwere kiama taki Gachagua te personal property te taito yawe yara ko munyoro kana yawe karim kana onto kungi. Parties are held by people na nekio onto to in the process now kato about front front kiama.
Let me rephrase.
No, it's important for people to understand. No, to kinya the philosophy behind the political parties act. Mbere kure antu nukume antu batura nya kugera wakanu iko na wenyewe na karibu ni mama na mama. Kenda siasa sia democracy sia Kenya si bwana ambi. We formulated the law, the Political Parties Act ya 2012. Na the idea non to the parliament. Yare kwedia kuritakiama ki personal ownership ya antu. Whether ke owned by the people. Na how do we do it? Non to biama mbere we are financed on individuals. Ibyo byare byantu. So now sheria yetu hakurukirie. Ya wewe political parties ya finance wa ne exchequer kana ugoti urantu bakuria. Lakini based on ikure ya naburingire asapate ne abunge ba nabo kana ma MC. Kenda rende on the linki relationship wantu bakwa kiama kike mtu fulani na kiama kite hakike antu. Na structures you na on the tie yero nanto beyond there by that chata iba ku report mando at office of the registrar of political parties. Neo legal safeguards ira sieki kenda ku ni excesses sia muntu umuna baide chakisharia. No ke akwa ile kinyondo ko tuegite kinyondo ngokura kuremete. No ile bya mabimwe bya tu na bio mero bitura ha maambene throughout bya ownership ukiwa baba kwengwa ko dieka wapana nonto kwa sheria brother diekari. So woni ku make decision that kato the party ya ne kweria ku leverage on number semeru sia Embu sia Eko sia Masai na baba ngi bonde to liditie kenda tuita how they are too strong kena ne ndito menyinya to jo adrikari kwa na Martin together to ka adrikari na to objective no one another. Remember na kiniari ko we were political players that time na agreement ikadidwa siandikane biama na bia binge ne kan deposit ko political parties register kende nyiko da kabo kudwania poko ya dirikari na tabwasha ibwandiki diara borane nde kwenda whatever share you get as a party watonya babu kiki ya makenu kene kiwenende itwacho dirikari Kenya minister 22 that percent kana 40% ya bunge baba duri na kurisha kurukiri president wetu sharingiro terero kana cheke amaki ko nyama ko ya 30% yo kuringana na itibia bilio itoki uwatara ko ko yonto kiama kenu kina kikuona sha yo ya minister Mwanja brabangi. So when you go there then you can be able to discuss kura itu one minister Mwanja turi county ya na iri participate te kuri skura na what percentage. So mero burite bangi burite ndalu burite into yaku. So anto mount yonde bwana ringi jungambuwe yende kana yakadidwa na at most good faith anto betkaniti. Problem wirero na tokushona as a country now ni political deceit, conmanship, urongo, lies, pathological. Ikigurete the mess yakaleta mistrust rero otherwise kitakato harina political players by gentlemen ya bakibaki nya yato dato kyari gacha no ndoke hakwaila the kind of development kibaki adidiri ndene ya Meru totari kinya na inofficial kikiama kyawe kya senior ekere na euro lakini no ntuba wote kina bote kaniria kadiria na tuete ministers baini in Meru ministers ko nyama PS ya leo ya tano in Meru. So please so katu tuge agotueka muntu mo kosena na kore akwa dishonest tutuomba kuwa nubutu aturo we must always give it room no tutidie no tuendelee na ntuange baiko lakini in this case itodidhitie safeguards kana tukeria wikabira in a way that mandu yakwaira no kanambi yatomba ku ya properly minimized no nto kwa sheria na kuida tuinde tuliamo iyo nto wako mente ko mekwata omba kotira ukadona mokoro kuba na itonga bora na bank account you are all both signatories pokan disagree for tambecha idiridika. So similarly ne kirere yara pokade habore obwinde na no kuibwa na pokada kumfa opass the solution unanimous ode muntu mombo bobaru.
So as a principle kire the People's Coalition Mheshimiwa Mithika, people madhwani ne yobare chira we represent Amero kire the People's Coalition. Did you like nuaraniri like na Amero ubera jiretu itite na burabu itaitite?
Martin, this is the first time.
Yeah.
Whether na mumeru au karandi mehthene ire uru ekweria kubanga kwa thirikari na eneshima. Ntete arande Mithika. I just represent the face and the people of Meru. If I have to be strong, if I have to be powerful, the Meru people must also demonstrate kuonania but in support of Mithika, who is there to advance their interest. Bumbete ndene ya Meru. So it's support that I require. Na kenda anto wenya unembode aringa kwa Mithika kweli Meru tuenao we are okay. We've tried it before. If you want to kuona Kinyaka Zongo ni tuamuete kura na quite a good percentage. The question of whether indauretie Meru kanambi in my view should not arise. No kumea why? On the 19th of March tware gichungi nege siasa na uwe na ndabera burankuona na ndabera Meru babwe mbetekerie ninende kuringa na mauntu buraya kara bumare ome mbetengachwe asore batu kwa tanai na bongwe timoisi aringirwe na iru in the support. So no ni bwa kona tena njirenge to de kuri na eni hatha better way yare ku engage Ameru tia yonto ke TV neye kumenya ne kufikiro na wide coverage enene muno na thikiria na messages wachiona kana nambi ya uranda umarenda bera please allow me get out. Na nde wede na baombera na baraba weba wayeta ndete mbenda hatimanira na Gideon Moi. Kuma unda hetanda hatimana na higa chagua. Kuma wa have met Kalonzo. I met all the others. Na mbere nende to yo kinya na to thetiata to kinyite. Na after go kubao bai kuona to amberia weta because I've been engaging Merus and they're happy. Na no to kinya to ku buithio ito di visits. So nara kwa ndipi kumau ituete another in Ukambani ituwe tuka visita na twinde wantu bete bakaliongea bakone mtu na kwa umite. So I expect them to come to Meru. I would expect na toyota matiang no to we nete mbele no to ata hadi ngiro kura na mbi nete testing ground to na burekari and they came positively. So oni tekira tega ke hot personal ngire da ko represent Meru ibo babwiri kumenyende kwa iba wa appreciate turiara or not. No te ande ngende kwa oni bwana junge kwa advance na ba to the necessary support that we require for us to be strong. Otherwise tugea kuendelea na tabia kana mindset ira Meru bebenyo ne kura bangi no bakushia no wenama then you can never sit at that table. Ira decision si kwa amini.
You know, I asked that Mheshimiwa Waziri nonto abunge barekire abunge bonda waringiri kura including nominated barekire Kenya Kwanza. Governor Burako Aria ni agakinyari Kenya Kwanza. MCA Deputy Speaker wa bunge ya county ya Meru Mheshimiwa Mwandali arandikire kire account ya Facebook na uati kiama kiubura ruruni kiama kia Mount Kenya West as Mount Kenya East Meru Tharaka Nithi na Embu Kenya wiba wite kwithwa bena because he feels that now they are of age na niba bati kwithwa kinyabo by compete na baubange kana bakiara na area as equals. So it feels like you know kwena some disquiet.
You respectively Ali kamwe aina right ya way opinion no tobo mundi na yu kufiro inya kwanza mayano kumenya no kiama kiawe kia Jubilee. Jubilee is represented in the coalition ira ya People's Coalition mukura wona weta watorome former PS defense no represented in Jubilee. So kiamene kyo tuinabo nora ate gombo play level yo kinyanara na yeda chiate ya kumenyekana iba ubaiki mantu na ya. So kuwa tuedhere tukwa ovwenji mantu yeko kwa ovwenji ni wangu kura tukwa ovwenji tukinya medene ya ukwaria noke akuwe Mount Kenya East kwareria Muturi ya himedhenera Gachagua himedhenera kwa the nembo tuwira yo represent Emeru represent ni Methika Gachagua na ko represent Mount Kenya West so ke medhere ke kwa ilia ibadu tu nahi majority antobomba kwarani dia na luge mo bakaibu ya na bonde anto nenya kalonso are wara non tu meta ka kunya kamba kari ko ya muno na bautu so in my view the decision that I make in decision embea I will pray nankaromba meros to find favor in giving us support came hando de yaya na yo non to we got to endo a problem ire rio na tu inde to realize itu kuyerio non to kinyo okay non pin Martin na everybody else we kwa tu eka no kuito aka yero ne to kwa ndimidito ayero ri ka batura mo kayana kwa to ka muntu no kuhona kinyawengwa umbere awata Biblia akawa akagosho abuina rito marito yonde aga kwa karia kimero to kanisa tutamukia ko akashe mambishop akashe pastor antu nya bature ri mauta no metheka wewe ngo no kumhando atukarinde ni atura akore mpembe na kulala na uti expect mundu bukijene telefone yakuda bwino chore burara nyombe mwe we mugeni oku akudhidiria kitendo kiratudhidiritie so uti expect muntu tureana burune to bwiri kuromba nyoro keri ke our former president Uhuru Kenyatta no kuba no to modify completely twairita no kuba atoeka ndene no kuba aitu rato kadia ta muntu na twarea na twakinya kure so oya kuona mauntu yara
and that is exactly why
president atodhidiritie bautu anto baba musupportere ingawa ngwa emomenye wote tekia ati muntu sawa no athithirie mujore bume na mujore lakini ukirabotiane ende thai no kuwe kaba uchoka tangu bamuika ndene metheka iba umuchwa bamuika ndene na batu wata anytime lakini tuombo kira kuwatwa nondo jerira kana seru twamenyeri tweta kotine tugambe but we must rise against the tyranny we must rise and say no mandu ya te wetai ya te wetaboya respectively na nonto tukya kwetegeria tuka suppressed tukatugotia muntu ukaria then the country keomba kubira
and that is exactly why mheshimiwa Nkuri atiri ndo tububura karikarengi na no bukarikerengi you better kenda mero baibu bare safe kire coalition yenu bedro kinyabo bena ka ndako kire the people's coalition
Nkuri bwana Martin kodo kwendo induce lebone ekuwa tuchoke miru utino ya tukinya tukiwa miru non turi ndakure kwena byama bidatu inakibo kinyetie bite muntu ngira bokuwe bienu although inkwirire bie ukagota kiri registration nambi byando bangi so kanda I have decided to think outside the box kuende to ya kuitukania de kyama kyambi utiona mpi uto nyamede no kiyo tekwalia kabatu kan join forces to ya yumbe baba to kumina baire to tenyandarwa to ye baraba igobana umwanga tumenye ngema eje to na yumbe around 70 to menye to kaga 70 to teaga yumbe 560 we have begin together to stronger ukorokia ya gwethero yambi iwe wenka so eu de ruoro aria that should be the conversation right now na I am clear in my mind tuendelea to succeed ende tukenda kuwa itu ichokia twatura kobera utina ho twaginya na nyoke agua rende kanguria better off by oil na ntibwa hibo nkiuha ingwaso shitwa na ntu bahembu na ntu ba nini ba Mount Kenya West no ntunya tukarania tukaibwa kuka utuka ni issue about leadership evyama Gachagua ina no guma kibiritia haina mero ties menini monithu haina munda imuturi utemba ko to great investor ya kudia untu na ankoro equity I have a lot of attachment in Nairobi na Kajiado because the kanamunda ako kanimbe chetu ngombe to akwariko to the akwa so no tenda bound to hathuka kwa ba in laws babantu bainge muno ba we have intermarried wete geku wete embu wete na we are all over so katugwe no to those cultural ties our numbers na historically we have an heritage. Inyo share Mount Kenya. I think we have a lot to gain to the hamwe kugia to athukene. Non tukinyoke ndombodi ende bwana ri. Koko ndombira yundiere na kiama ketu kia DCP. Ketu kuwa fatu itu promoters ba ke bambere. Ina to ina mo encourage. Ina to kuwa to mo wanted. Ina to acceptwa. Ina re ku to kuwa to ina sauti. Kinya to kaelia. Mbira of course kiama ketu ambiririe. Na nyoke da tutakwenda kwaria. Urware oke hakuria. Wa menya ko bo uyanto ba some bit of relief. Non to anto ibarai. O anto yundi ne ba nyere ne ba denerie. Ibo ba kuibwa na leadership wireryo. So when you give them an alternative, ukaiba ba kwethia ba kuruka. Murio yora yo kurita. So I feel the same way. Non to nyonto kona tutura mateni kinyago embera to arerie nende kyama anto meru inato ba iketie ntego inato ba iketie. Non to we didn't have a party. But I'm proud here tonight. Where ando beto ba meru. Moving forward, Burukan Koburomba, as one of your leaders, we are better off. Our interests are better served. Mero is more secure. To negotiate, to DCP, no to system as Kisa Chini. Na, de na woman on to there is that room. Ero Aranidiana with an ambere, together to na better balin.
Was it would you say the same? Okay, with the Carinati, UDN, the Nidianto. Whatever the Timaskini, whatever would you be saying the same?
Martini, Kanguire. Take you are the minister. Non to Kurin to do it our collective responsibility of government. Responsibility ne with a kyo no cadiricari. Now, no, Kiyawa the cabinet yoga the Kuhangiri. Kumarana, Ogu able to atanire, you to it. So, ndiruwa oni non to tiro ngyo kuwa. Otiro ngyo kuwa why? Because one, ni take the cabinet in so I can speak my mind. Number one. Number two, manto yato kwaria na structure katiba ya Kenya na our democracy. Boreri muntoro bwe manto yate kulitangoni MP kana MCA. So, MP beto bonde. Utiomba kwaria non the person and worship team. Ire de hara ya yundi na president. So ikyo onto kuona batu batoka matite turi afala na turi ajinga. Okona anto bakeya baiga jo state house bakahariru story bakerwe teni bukhere anto nibo babanga budget ya Kenya. Manto yaba kuya boye wakadidwa budget onto eyo itena provision embese iripo ira. Paeta porque ya boa tume do laini okay atu eu to da ninguém saúde de member of parliament si o enjera barura botaro yura to ndaero yo nengilo na to na Raila Odinga London to neni America
we MP
de MP ire viverwe ire to amambiriri oro kwa na contradict ya it is me who did it president ne yete amirura ringi I deputy president na that time ya emerura president okona dhoko maua na mtu badikiri te mata ndo mtondo nonto no bawe medeka na urongo onoto veyire verwa dhoko ne wakwara wari kuma ntukwira netere ibyo nduko kwira antu aba bwiri kwa story barugu da by members of parliament owe ngo mate nonto ari wonto ne buke bicha na raisi we akwira nagete kyanja na yeti kanja akwira pana mate ni wewe ujui tukutane kanja na uwo umite kanja so ndi kwira nankawari ya una ndi kuromba antu bamero ni bampete ki opposition oto ini nkagenga tuwa kwa raia mero na brava ange bayo nonto ayumbe bado na popa tumelia kwaria nonto why am I saying this menya matini katorio
kinyoba te areno bakubwa akaba na a collective responsibility wokuwera
ankuwere matini collective collective responsibility applies to cabinet executive structure katiba by the way chapter 8 ya legislature 9 ikahiri mantu executive na the judiciary why our constitution is arranged that way is in order of superiority mbunge nyore inyankuruki ya executive nonto niyo baseta executive na nonto niyo enenkeri power ya mwananchi and rate from article 1 nonto ndio ya bakiwa power exercise through elected representatives. So parliament yetu neherere kumenya what even their power is. So but na ikio ntona ministers beta kwanza biuri mbunge to vice versa. So bahatu kama mbunge to failite our MPs are failed us. No nto bate nae collective responsibility. Kwa hiyo ni ake mumba kuita kiono kiae mbona tere. Ni hata MP ba mumba witegedwa. Medeka dada nde to kwa de betro bonde basameno state house. Tero bete babanga kenda president ya na tarigire. Tero yere president yego ya Martin. Yere abera te kumaruare ni meambia kindike. Mambo ni matatu. Sio mambo ya miraa tumalize shinda. Na ruare is the 5th or 6th week. Kuma miraa ntukura ria. Ya umasiringi maana yale ruare 120. I have information. Otinya mosema ni moyo yatwa. Tubangia ku resolve crisis ile ku. Issue is security. Itu hareria tudika hanto every day bangera wa every time. Otie muntu kuwa gadidia da aiteki mahanto yako. Ya seriously Martin. So ukoona well today anababo to bonde ba school in your primary Sunday habitation ita release Rwambecha schools otiri na yet ayumbe antobe diviori ba kuri mbunge kana kuri na mbese ile okaibu monga to the extent that budget ne ko thidwa ekero itena mbia examinations okatu okauriende matinire tukendelea huko ankari okona Fatima na yumbe na no kona deputy president na rari na necho deputy president ya ari naicho na Bruna bwiri kwe na imbwa kawera na karu na kawera kabwiri kwa ya kawera ai consultant because kindike bila rari abye ne ani okolea series 2 nonto otiombo mbera owe omba kuma Nairobi okare ande na yumbe oya milioni 5 se president oya cia kuhire raimu hakinya maana 5 obonka MP na ndo we yana 47.1 million 7.1 million bokarana we contrary to established structures say youth fund asula fund women fund na kinyanga era ina structure ko ya na mbesa si empowerment so we wonder we ni andauti we wa yere hantu siringi kanegana mwanya waku na kawira wokolea nimbi otiyu no ntokawira we mandubuti yana nawe inyega na ryapo ke yabo desimbesi ira bwa yere hantu bitoro nyama ndubuti kabenya kawira komba kora mandubuti na matrizimo so otiyu mwanya the only thing difference oraka imbia barita bilioni Rwanda interview onge tweka yanele ko yana into in terms of mbesa lakini kwa tu katu
is that not empowerment
rebo
ewe go yana mbesa
ankwere bwana ndi kwira atire e waste of public resources na tax yanto because our priority or their priorities are upside down bottom up upside down priorities and upside down nondo mateni wangu ndo gwira kwa tu kaba wetu na kwena CDF women fund asula fund mbeche yu ibwe kunenka hero hanto wakadhi dia bakaromba na bakarea kenda to reduce independence ya interview otheri so ogatwe ka huwa weyire kwoyana no te konya muntu bo akaromba mbesa hadi biashara ako bagenda I sustain program is unsustainable ya empowerment without empowerment ninongo kwera tena mwanya nere kawirera ni urage kawira ndakure ya in material form na kerera yo ingombe akipata kama tete lakini otherwise there is no is a complete replica gyo no kuwa kawira menya kedra ka kwenda nurata patent yokolea no kuiwa ni abwiri kuira himwe ambassador wa yo amwa yenye consultant office amure bo kolea programs ilidacho pakendelea nacho otherwise it's some demeaning watueka ando kuiba bwiri to karia our MPs beraba etaba karande babwiri weta bakera president okay to go empowerment dikeya okay uri ontoka kamboni njon po kwa daka india I am sitting here honde minister na nyuma tuna shukuru weta wa Mwamba primary school Mwamba primary school William Ruto aende deputy president na mtu bakue de kansa kutosha aturi na toto umeweza we are safe Mwamba primary school ya condemned tene na nyo ya the best school in this county a public Ruto aya awa 3 million aende deputy president itene rari andwa no ntoinda hareo no kuba ministry to atwambia twe watwambesa na twengwa buo woni ndeta ndi minister ndera njon podikeria I have looked for money watabarwa commitment ya treasury wete hamwamba uwe mabati ya President Ruto uwete ya 5 million, sorry 3 million na deputy president kuongelwa 2 million, lakini nao dhiatere Ministry of Education milioni 5 amwamba primary school itumiro 5 million burite mabati yara woni nte ayire I sent him na ndamu nenka barwa kan kuwa una ta kwendi no bwangu konia upside down ni priorities brazi kari woni ndachoka ndeta kenjae ndaromba 15 million inge yare kenjae nenge yare skuru centro inge twete Ruto twawa ndene nara twatima na bwana Kirengo yaki nusu that primary school nonda mlombe kendadiria when I came I went there as a minister na kenja na nini twana kanambe sira 5 million na nara sena nkero amwamba today batona that 5 million so gyoria kwa buri non MP wena dora na president na mbiri agati na baro eriori na commitment irio kate muraje murume ndi what is a priority ikwe yara ndo omuigia mwamba ona zuguru
but bera antu be na president bai wata president baru non tubwa mirandi ya maendeleo
mirandi ya maendeleo kibo menya ni yontu bo yete president ni okolea buka lutume do line ya bwinde ibo bangi buka iteana buka ana yo maendeleo to them. I wish bakemenya how we operated during Kibaki's time. Kibaki ataturanga ni euro kuantatenga ama ntafanya kimanto aliyo bishine manto ya kadidi na manto ati tangasa ya tegerembi ya tekibanje kana ya eyete kulyunga wasinga ila nyombao na atongeria bwa muira birapo kwenda biraya tegeria bikaundukana akaua so o matini kumato kwa hetereki 19 none tanto beti State House baita kwa Karen on deputy president ayumbe bonde bamiru na MCS bakaritou baiko State House baita bakarande bakaria lindas 500 baita miru Nairobi MPs na MCS bakaua pana baba tena maana no ndo to sort out problem ile si miru nambi amwe lindas mamba rire street no tuko barara street no tuko no to baiba beta kaneririe baba teya baba angwa muntu ne tondo ponde bareta nobody talks utuki that is the reality no kuiba so don't go where maten campe oni opposition in bareta si ya woman no ndo teke kwenda right na mwananchi yoto kada kwaria dai utio kaumeria na ba utio no kaumeria kuria president kuria
no as ukiwa
ko ndo mbira maten burure nyao buru ka tochuria na tu natongeria kweko koko thwania ndu betu ndwa an enterprise ya wamba wa ngombe ile plan to properly ka ngombe zititura kuyo nanto bakathenja wa na tutere ando askari 60 baraba kuinga hakawera kiocho tunde kana baba we kwanjirane bedete kuwata politicians kede atura system bari ngikora buonde na bais properly facilitated ndire katuywa so ndonda kwera ando baba betu bate serious na bato meria kuria kioria no kuibwa so bato tutito etingwa turi exposed ndio ndo koninya na betu bamwe bachuri benga wangwene bate replacement utio urachia
Petikiria tu digress kidogo ndo kuweta manto ya kawira mheshimiwa uwe bwaku ni bureku ndo kawira na ingirwe last Sunday na ra Saudimenti na deputy president na ra Saudimenti nduko ukawira ngawa and then ruare na roringi ngwana iborisi bo mwenga na bamuringa tia gas what do you say about this?
Hankuwa, we must say no to political intolerance. Menya chapter rights yetu cha chapter 4 ya katiba iteyana wa state. Tuingwa tuashiria twakurukiria katiba hii. Na nte kuona why muntu abweri kuriyirwa weta kulita mantu siawe na ndawuri sarakasi yawe. Similarly, kawera tika kuondi ni office utie muntu ni amless imwe kuruburu utena mandunya yange weka kuhenda weta kuthiri hata witote thiantu amandi buti na kugenda kana antu amandi buti bagenda kuoya just like baweta katima na yumbe bonde MCA bakabangwa na MP baeta geta mwandantu okolea bakata milioni mwanja utina mwanya no ndinya baya na ta ndu bakaya na mbesi cia maana bakona muntu maana tano kangirie mwe maana ta nyamandi buti yemo expensive no tote ko mandi buti ziringi ngirimo sema kutasiemo so Kawira ibarekane na Kawira ibarekane na batu twarie ura tukuibwa kwaria mwananchi hamwe no mtu wandu no akwenda kuthikira but kuendelea suffocate and democratic space that we have katuhamiriwirite muno na kwa neo tutenda witikiria nende kurekana nayo yita no nto kuri handu bakuiba bai na comfort zone na bamenye whatever you do to people thithia bara wenda wonya wa thithia atia uthithirwa so no nto bwina power thai bwina access the public resources irabo utumira buthuku no nto wa mburia antu akuya milioni mugwanja uya kwa ira antu hara irio kyoya 7 million waikia mwamba primary school ukarita mabati yara waikia mwenda antu ukarita ura waikia nge kurira cia thoko maua ukathithia ata buaka musingi thoko ikambiria witia but when you perpetually continue weta ukiwa horongo na mbi I think it is wrong and we have to betray the trust na loyalty yetu we can't keep quiet anymore na non to space ya baraba bwiri kuria na boiba matukire kankwenda kuinvite anybody who has political ambitions non to power kana nature boss in a vacuum imbone antu bangi bongo atia ngwe ya opposition ndene miru ningetha ndina kiama tugithitha jamandu twa kiama non to mbunge na executive ne train to bend inya parliament tena opposition so imbone antu bangi papa kwenda itebia ayumbe baibe kwenda itebia ma MCAs ibe bare register na kiama kieto tumenye tukibanga kwariria mandu ya raia na brava ya bakareta maunto ya menyekana tumenye now we work together no that is the only way because katiba ra you are people and by exercising their sovereignty by themselves kana through elected representatives our elected representatives are failed kwa diata ko exercise sovereignty power erato de legislative then what remains about to ngwa to bwi committee kana to bwi ku exercise by ourselves
you know now that way antu bako wati yangu hiyo opposition former governor Kawira Mwangaza hayuko watia lakini nakinya I doubt she would say the same broku wati nare kanonwe so I believe hayuko wati lakini unfortunately awire ate wewe kaumo kathine ke yonde yani iwe founder co-founder wa mathina yonde arakilukirite including maybe ya Aduari
awirana
awire kiri interview fulani wire ni iwe wa mwambiririe mathina ya yonde yakure
yeah Kawira
so maybe she could have helped but
Kawira is my sister
yeah
ndimwendete munoni nuguba and I want to wish her well kimandu ne yawe yayonde inayo na kankwire bukwanye uma
is this a way of inviting
her ankwendo ko ni apana Kawira buru akenda kuwira anto ay assistant da impichawa uningwa ndathura na MCA ndathura na tongeri bangi muno nonto ndonere impeachment yu itari right nonto atari nye kuthia mwako mu na ndeta inya tariki 5 mweri wa June nde ya mero show nde minitwa ngikaya kugura show nde kadia nde MCAs bonde kithoka ndabarura lunch na ndeta Kawira ndamwira wiye turi tuwatanire twinde no orere kuya so I saved her I did what I could ubare tatungera so kuma uoni Kawira nite thandi no dogunwe ikawira agenwe aumire randa muibirwe kauande na mitemba mpaka akakorithia kithoka mwaja na president yamu kamata apta eno engari ni abya aendegenewe andruma kathoni ruto mwe ruma muntu na mandu yake na no kuona project so Kawira ntiu buthugu no itu kinya embegera ka my sister ndekera unite mantu yo buruburu inda utetherio rankumba na ninde kana uni no ntonya mbere koti ya gorome ya mbare we Tuesday ari na nasi sentiment akiwa hapura awe agwira jobrande ngaingiro ngwene akiwa nago ya na notice nyabange batoma PS ya eta so unfortunately amerua mbere mbi babangi beta so buru kambere amiru nte ndo buru na nte participate kima hantu akuingoka Kawira na Kawira namenye katiba na ndimwe free and advice impeachment ya governor either ero ningwe ya MCA na Senate ende bro muntu wothe ya unire nenda buture meri kende dire urengire match meri ina unindari aini amir buru wakachwa Bruno bo mamamounto mimi kawira I wish I were nenda mutete ndanga umba.
Why do you think and some sort of vendetta now?
You see now kuri hantu vendetta kudikira propaganda. No edre nende tu propaganda kana kona nende mithika non truna eren jobless na te na umrenguene na ntuiba kampena no na ri mupinzani wa kisiasa no adwani otumre ugendo ndokia lakini no mbere kawira manya there is strength in the unity utien hana ya kurwa mithika kana wonno ndutibyo tukurura batu urakari weko swa omba ubwiri kwethira ugendelela uswa ngwiti yaku urokwenda kurita nani kwa twako no tombo tethanya ndine maisha tu bairi tukarita nangwe no ntutiri uthuburio utebyo twatunya nani ta utunya munda utire mbiso kinya murea utire umuraja what do you want metheka what I sitting for you murea ngukura there is nothing kawira sitting for me so babu we can only be friends na to ne boto mba kuhatanira tukamenya bo kwenda ko mandu yaro tukathiria na tukendelea na urafiki wala twatura.
So no mwato ni kile People's Coalition alikuwa anajita kiama yake na ku launch kiama yake maybe soon. So would you maybe invite kile the People's Coalition?
Angwele.
Yeah.
The People's Coalition kana kiama getu kendisi is a people's movement. Ketio yorano mwasafina irenu kawira my sister you are welcome tomorrow morning ibange hiyo watu trima if batu tu hantu ba the same like mind na like mind yetu no kumenya batu ikuwa kasongo one time no giba batu iko mohania na wonu yite itukuwatanira obwo affairs ande ni rani to bodogu we have been betrayed the promises that were made to the Meru people itira oyorwa eyo tuwatanire turete Ameru hamwe twathithia atia tumwani.
Okay, speaking of kuwatanira tuchoke kile coalition ni People's Coalition, I would want to understand atmosphere burayo bakwithirwe kari bokari nde anto amwe na Dr. Fred Matiang'i Warrior na Matiang'i areo.
Yes.
Yeah. How is the atmosphere like?
It's okay no rato ko haria me akan kwere bwana Martin kan kuria ne on to kuri Matiang'i
because kile campaigns cha 2022
yes.
Mheshimiwa you were very brutal on Matiang'i ukiwa ati nonto ari minister wa interior ukiwa ati nwe ukuwati dia nwe uchumbura na DCI former DCI Kinoti you know
kan kwere ni Martin it is true nante kana manto reality ni utowa nambi
was it true
na nibuko akari that time things have njage not inengirwe atengwene no mwa woni what is wrong woni kudangwena kinoti woni dai I've worked in government na kuelewa a few things both rikare ya kinoti omba ko datare na atare na askari so ka askari ba yesa no kuiba na iba ku implement ye instruction ira bai Matiang'i magodra keri no na di MBCD kaba uda jare ora beri so wora ngwe imwe o kuona ya kuthithika so today ruto na wite ngwate for example na iba uswa case no kuiba fertilizer baba ora tuba murumere katuba kuwata medika fertilizer na yes no andika barua na wer tura tare athina eu ya nywande unu yente tura ndi mukya okuma tene na gotu haritangwi hawa ndo ndadi tangi nyake cia money laundering uni enye itara kinoti na mambi kirwa ndina mbecha angacia karwa ndathiriri kesiu nambi so agwe nyemo twani ndi nginya to account ya mbo thena to better nambi so isi yeye tuthiraniria cio twacio tuendele so urungu kuria kwa antu baskare nya bambita kana bakathiu nte bakamata no ntoko yo bai instruction so similarly ndongo kwa kinoti ntumba mo kama taringi nontu inde ire kuona na ndawata kinoti umba kwethera kinoti my brother uro kari amba kwethera era wathithia mbicindi ende wagathia bwana nerwe na ringe we time mwaka uru wagathithia ta ya zundwe so Matiang'i ndithene na problem na rengi batu ndagwa twinde turiome batu bya twinde byo right now nontu tukwelewa
So you will not...
ntaburinga kama taito muri utari wakwa no kuba nimbonete how people can easily abuse power and authority.
So who was abusing power? Okay, akwithwa utena thina na Matiang'i, utena thina na DCI Kinoti, utena thina na Borisi Baibongwa as officers. So
the instructing of ango kwira ate ukethe uriome umboka matantu ba lakini ukeyakutwika ukeyakumenya na amantu yumite utibaka mata just like igukwira haende ibo era wa that time yurango kwira ndi ruto asonte DCI itahuwe suira methika case ango mwira na iba uchoa case no kuba so ende ukankaro na amin.
So if they succeed utithra wina thina na amin utithra wina thina na Murkomen
manabona mamba no nturoko uri nwenga muri amurume wori we nkorwe kuno muntu bori ya bori ibweku utumba kwethera na muntu no chore bori hanwe umuritira ngwe bori ta biashara nawe alafu finally na nyakwenga no gira alafu endera na kuthia tete nyakwingira ngwini you must be very bad man no kuwa so surongo kwira so Kinoti kana Matiang'i Tiomboria Matiang'i is our friend in the coalition we are there but torirwe I have time is aila no rairu mahonto yama maingi muno you don't be surprised no kuibwa that team we ukona tukiari yao ikethe amwe randisi ya Kinoti bau kwanya ndaibe nakwenda kurombe teke bure I don't know whether it is true.
Maybe. But, you know, as you say, time is a healer, and we should not be surprised. Mukenya has not healed, and are surprised that, you know, the politician, you know, for, you know, for the convenience of that time.
Tuarete kunga na context, rama untu yakari. No guba, na, igongura Kenya, mauntu no lazima wailie rwaria ruru kwarira chori statement iremwe ya marito atatu kana iparagraph ira kuthomete kenda welewa what muntu amanisha that is what I mean so rongo kwendire meambere kwibontu ntaiji ngweta in cabinet ngweta thirikari kwelewa police ne ya misused no guba na ibera thithia mantu yo chafu indicent dan kabatika instruction why would I you know continue kwethera nkamatite murio muntu utiko ondas utithona sababu no ntukumenya uma igyo ndo ibachwa the truth will always set people free so utithero na ukethero kariyo utithero na wai wasiwasi kinyaru toro kuona ndira kampena etha cheno ro muno akiaracia akera William Ruto akera Kenyatta won't did anything else lakini rekana nae nana bakwa but he has also forgotten no guba no ruwe me comfort zone no munene so we can do anything no guba so we are at his mercy lakini Kenyatta is also God.
So waziri kore meariera arirwe ne your party leader Mheshimiwa Rigathi Gachagua about kithurano kia 2027. Kire some interview Gachagua nara wonere the IBC rera gurura do itirakulugwa na bera they should not mess up kithurano na akara akaku invoke sana you know memories cha 2007 because nkimukoti arawire baki ya kumess na kithurano kia 2027 then 2007 will look like Christmas. mantu ukire baba ingi yate yabu especially when they are talking about post election violence. Don't you agree kiuka to comment that ukire Facebook. Steve Kanyanya Arua, the people are asking why Mithika has no party. Do you know the procedure and cost of registering a party? Nkire Facebook. Kimenju Kome Arua, if Kibaki performed so well, why didn't he support Raphael Muriungi but instead opposed his leadership? Kalionga Junior Arua, Ruto is one-term president. We are behind this Meru Kingpin. We are sending Ruto home together as a nation. Franklin Mwiti Akawa, I congratulate Lentore for the decision he made to join Gachagua, where I also belong. Tell him to invite Madam Kawera, which he did. Joseph MK Arua, what will Lentore be remembered for as a minister of agriculture in Meru? He also is one who lost the ground completely. Miche Kimusiaka, if there is somebody we cannot come on live to live, former minister, now they have formed their new party called DCP. This party is not meant well, does not mean well for the people of Kenya because it's a party of rebellious politicians and is a mountain party and formed by bitter politicians who are on a revenge mission. So we must be wise when listening to Honorable Mithika. Let's talk about this. DCP na People's Coalition, is it about revenge?
Kambire urawa uamenya.
Yeah.
Nteko meina kuuma na mantu wa revenge. Nteko meina mantu ya kisasi. Ina ya kuuma. But what we are saying, baduka to andifire ideologically.
Yeah.
No gwiwa. Though we are also politicians, we must chart our own course. Now we have also learned from the mistakes. So nobody is on a revenge mission. In any case, the power to iromba cannot control from the people.
And nobody is bitter either.
Nane anto ibaba kadhidia tapa make that decision.
Yeah.
So when I can dispel that room, I can notion that kato in a revenge mission cannot to be to the bitterness. Nobody is bitter. Uwa to menya inya imbe yenda beranto unipo ya mno. Ngwe Ruto nare kanu naoni nonto nare ka akakahurwa muno nonto there is always a cloud, there is a silver lining in every cloud. And in last time I remember telling people the kaneniani ke the inda haridri kahari nene nde mwangada hai na manto yayo ndeti didn't take you more face yanto. So I am not bitter. I am okay nonto kinya bana Jungono mendite me we me aka 20 ntona ro darungirura ya na kumanteta leave. You know, I was also relaxed. Na no kona I'm glowing and I am happy. Nengo di mana nanto wirite. So we are not on a revenge mission. Nembe de mundung ndi moire that kurungi woria na tanda didirie. Let me tell you, that time ya letter of 27th of October 2022. Banje tira to atrimere yare ya Kenyatta. Right? Non to tira June 2023. Out of 56 projects, directed 51 projects in Meru. Then that is the Minister of Agriculture. No Guba, non to make sure that Meru, for the first time in the Ndaba Wata, Nabona, Ndaibachua, I was yearning to work for people. Ambo Yenata, when I honest known to know what I did, can you bring down the cost of food? Na programs in the ministry. They go to the budget 2024, 2025. Naga the ne lewa mantuan budget. Budget implementation yambire in July. Dabutero in July 2024 tariki yukumi. So I am barely served but implemented in the budget. So na rekane nagua na tatu adidiri because whatever time I had na have little money found there. No one na bana tangachire. Ninyagwa zuke mulimi mayani ndi nakone ita the 20 months. Mbona sikawa sema yani bia chakawa during my tenure nengo mo challenge this year mbona situ koroneka yengi katu ye. That is what I would just want to say simply. Ori manto ya bo that
Wagachagua, before you answer that, Mheshimiwa, tukiria ndo comments kai Rom Mugambi Junior aliwaambia waziri Munyoro wa 20, what did he do for us for the 2.5 years he was the deputy president? How many workers were employed in his office from Meru? Aritwa Rom Mugambi. Silas Kenyua, by the way, is captain recalling Kibaki lost popularity during his first term and almost edged out but remains best president Kenya heads. Martin Moria Rua Mapi for Lentore as a principal in DCP party. Let our leaders grow and aim higher in national political realm in 2027. We'll be happy to support Ameru either as a president or a deputy president. Itakuwa siku njema. Mutugi wiki Arua following Captain Mithika, tuko nyuma yako Mheshimiwa Mombasani. Karethi Arua, everybody opposing Kasongo is the friend of the people. James Mokoro Arua Martin kindly ask Mheshimiwa Lentore if he's still in government. Will he tell Kenyans the truth about the government or the weakness of the government? Two, mbona hakutuambia mapema serikali haiendi vizuri? 3, kama yeye ni msema ukweli atuambie nini alifanyia Meru wakati alikuwa waziri. Honorable Gideon Muthome Arua, wewe ndio ulitafuta Gachagua ama Gachagua ndio alikutafuta? We have to be very keen when dealing with this issue. Our leaders wa Meru tunakuamini sana and we want always to be valid everywhere.
So kakankwire bwana Martin, because we have a serious problem as a community and as a country. Because of the level of joblessness in the country, Nambi nothing neither sigo and probably have nothing to stand for or to die for. They are just mercenaries. So it will be quite like a history. Yantuato kwa remote carrier non to Antubarenda to Torevedi again. The way one grimwe weta okona and the Gasavita Wikemaya and Amantonia Kurumana. I'm also completely a different person and I believe in really Kuritira Nantukwa Anto Inya. Kendaba umba kuidira vaki umba sustain maisha yo. You see, they go to a problem non to Kinyamuntu on the level of ignorance, non to Irio in and Antu with equal nation. Utumba couldn't depend hata abudi because the deputy president of Gawalewa functions just constitutionally. Era one deputy is the principal assistant of the president and shall always perform other duties delegated to him by the president. Atinya banjeti yawe yaine development kana una kudidi. Na so okay kwa muntu ayekuria na ata kudidia na ambi you feel you get sick. Tu muntu akuria no andikite kinyoka da wandiki moko kuna mwekoro kuwa na ira musara. Na non to no kude that level of ignorance again. Non to temenyi ba ubandiki number 1 non kwire. No kwiba end of protocol. Wa bizi Gachagua ari mwiti. Kwa wene ni aragi tembene ara ari piyo mwiraria tene etwa mwiti. Because oyo ko uri atiji na kumeka an issue. End of communication Dr. Mongera. No tiania. End of communication Dr. Mongera. No tiania. Then what question are you asking? Kwende ubitie ndibie ka thina ntubana. Kenda remwe wethe otekomenya wa otewa thithirie. Just like kuona muntu mmeikara ndio wa antu ko metheka na ta thithiria MP. Then you get to understand the level of how blind antu bakari no ntinya barabara yongo kuya hau woni ni ngwa mbeti I minister rules ininga na Raila twenwe ya itara no shumkate mkamenti itara kibaki. That's why we struck the deal in America to yato mehambiri yao na nomba taito icha mawa tauni yao sibitari nini manto amengi but anabadha haiba bwikomenya. We have to be loyal, we have to be patriotic. But we have a problem. No, to Kenya the level, the maturity. Ya our leaders. But to enable, Iba adopted that style. Anybody else, no, to go and talk one. Ubogera impeach Muntu Aringiri Kura, Kenya. But why?
It is the constitution allows.
No. The constitution allows, but the constitution of you had impeach muntu kwenda impeach abolitions na kimita threshold. And that's why they will just find themselves with an egg on the face. Kinyake interim order rulings or findings cia koti nironere Gachagua mwankatha haine and whatever was done was wrong. If this was a civilized country where there is the respect of the rule of law, Gachagua today is the deputy president. Kisheria. KMB, Kisheria is the deputy president of the Republic of Kenya. So, I wish ito dora chonko lakini ndora tutama chwa to kinya nao. Keda ne ka democracy to kinyete nao, we will not be having these problems. No nto antu bako me consequences ya mauntu yamwe na mandu ange. Lakini ya oriona muntu akaumira na akaria akawe anything inya mandu ate yote mandu ya uma yareo, you see. So that's the problem we have.
So na waziri wetwira antu batikuithira bakimenya, you know, ngwichia deputy president has no development budget, then deputy president kithure kindi kiari maanisha atia dira kwira antu in so many sittings dira kana mechemana ire twenyo ari berati eitarira kinya tukathimirwo tuone mtura wari ku myaka ili na nusu ira mbere ngwimbi aritire na ni ngwimbi getho anditete ndi obisineje
menyeka ukasianto no na waterere murimo muthuku tu na transmitter murimo no ntumenya hangwire ugo tuona kindi kiake yakarungama akawatwe kite milioni 800 cia waka thoko yambi ya koromone meeting by President Kibaki akoromone ndi MP akoromone market yake Kibaki kabanyoke yoka katwetete kwenlangi soko kana mantu yange yakathidwa ndokwiba Kibaki no rure akoromone woni ndio MP I've been this kiwanja for a long time so okay yo atura mantu ti yora ko nende menya nanga paketi da sembicha for sure na omenara nondo ndebe brawire icho minge nkrokite ya any house. You know, it is not even how much money is there. It's the value for that money. Ibo to Korea. Ari ingiri wa toria ruhari. Urendo to akira thoko. Thoko ya ni mbio kwenda tweta kwendia puo. Do we have enough produce? Have we facilitated our farmers to grow?
Well,
to ika thoko ne ye no gwiba.
Ndamba ruiba kuinya na mnotho kone so we ku expand the okay.
Is there public participation? Ino ntumenya kinyego to ikira narantu no bwirwe to abauria. Bibo kuthiria atapo kwenda. Woni I was ruarenda uma kuri anton kwara chiabo. Ba Saudi ba igoji. Wewe bambira ntobe goji bambira batu MCA wetu na kwendo twakira maternity. Tweti muchemanione tutekeria maternity na twarea maternity no ndo 2 kilometers from our maternity kuna maternity ngi. Na maternity uya kio ana basiari dio batatu aki. Na yet we want to do another maternity. So kinyo to gwene nkapo akira ri na ando bate umenta oti ba uritie, are you assisting them? The question is 800 million kana mi biro kwenda bithithua kana biro kunenkera andu bauria what is your priority turi 800 million twake thoko kana ana mbanje tirete yo fees ye kurira na bierio inebwirithwa kana ndawa irete cibitari ba ni ku fund. We continue duplicating projects na tukaelebwane mwe angu ya why mirror as a problem and a problem with Kawira, and I hope my good friend Mutuma area correct manto ya no to we have a big problem na problem u ya thithiruwe by Fuma the first governor kuendelea second na no katuendelete na problem u. Ask me what the problem is. For example, okay hotuega mirwe wetirima tu, and let me pick an example na department ya health ngete nyeki isindi no mbeya ni example watirima mirwe health institutions ira wina sio the dispensary or the health center or the level 4 or the level 5 ikurugie igana na 50 no kona even in the current budget kana ikawira rari nacho no akuendelea waka dispensary. You forget leo wetu kuendelea waka dispensary, kuna dispensary giju yuri now ite nurses ite ndawa na inyaba hata waka thai in this financial year wake ngi. What you are doing no gwiwa, you are calling for extra recruitment and nurses no nduteka ikariri nderi is an extra budget esibitari usha kufund ndawa stima na mantu maingi muno said current. Two, umenye when Sharia, the Public Finance Management Act, knew how to be with and beyond that 5% of your revenue, kere MB, kere expenditure, ATM development. The water we work to dispensary togi, no kure tanto. You are forgetting the increased recruitment in a salaries yanduba, eka impact on the salaries and the ends increasing. Nere se the ratio yambe sia mishara vis-a-vis revenue. So we will continue with that in a problem throughout. We must have a situation where we are no katwe yo medeka na uma mwamba ayata meru general hospital kwe wandao au kumanyayo mbasi la sieta wanyando hata ima kada shilingi mwanja kada shilingi 10 atitwa. So ito didi sibitari we ito didi at least no ero disenta yiri tatu si bwedo boya goza kuna dispensary nyembi yemwe tu reduce na tu na staff onamu ntuareta akona ndawa. So mistake une karikire is just an example.
So now unchokiri kyore ya kwatire deputy president akiwa te bakathi mangwe ya Ken na ya predecessor very is he also ignorant
kana utumba kuhatire bukathima no nturia araumere kuyo bwathimite turende twathimite ya kinya so enione ndegenda na ndatikire rate level ndakinyao ndako that is kuendelea kazi yanto because they don't know na ndakuira hatiri bwana you know let me tell you my experience uniki bake ko yande irondo amnere tubecha kidogo nuntu mbanki cia yasi akurikaringira murango akura bautwe itukoya na loan please tutekwenda inyata itu tutekwenda anything tunenkere LPO na utuete muntu uramenesera kanambi ikwete ngo yandike barwa yuwe warita the remedy money directly to our bank. That was the security because there was respect and the president Canadian government that time neatikika mwananchi and everybody else no to that yellow paper ito LPO meant something it could do a contract ni ari legitimate no to mudaura no mukurura ngwera agarande na ma PSS every time ko review revenue nembi ibantu bayire wembesi anona weekend this week nambi so oteke ritangwe na thirikari with and beyond that and days otete ya teka 45 oterei so there was confidence in the market bank sekana kanira na mtu yako. So this time around bwana Martin nimbio hato yako yuko dhidi hata when government has borrowed heavily from the public when okaya kudhoma ngatheti eruari cia auctioneer cia standard in the nation anto baitangazo every day bagenda shwa pale mikuru ya marando na eto bibare mikuru ya marando kaba akobere ba supplying government na government yere akuria okaya kuthikire thirikari eruwa ange 600 billion is your owned as a band no zito pending bills iretirite what is the priority nikore anto pending bills uongere mbese flow into the economy kana ikuendelea kwanto LPO naonda uteria what is the priority itokwariria thai abo kehagua tokegua atiri barabara kana mbi bakathithia ndakura kwa tuika barabara kibakira ciarithire last time rio ciarirwe na irio turabangire mantu ya barabara tucinyeire mbe south una ingi na itere uru ciaira up to now there is no single project ila tumba kuonania. So kyoria ni hatiri orenda umbera tubwiri kuendelea weke project inge kana imbese iriwe project yesi yambiririe ithirwe we have around area the miaka kuma 2016 itakwa na itikorea wako ibinge kimbangeti tena chio so urenda kungera antu hata bakaendwa renge we can't happen
very well.
Let's be serious.
Tutendiki kyurekira ngokuretie waziri kia miario ya Mheshimiwa former deputy president na party leader huku you know ni aukara yaka au kia maruru ya Kenya baraba experience post election violence ya 2007 because he said 2027 IEBC baki ya kumess elections then 2007 will look like a Christmas.
So what's the question?
The question is, why would he say that?
Muntu ana right ya kwaria. Muntu is responsible enough. Na imbibirwa rya uria kiuria kya mbere, I will, if the IMBC, if I quote you and I want to speak, answer ya wakili, would if the IMBC ya rithiata ya kumanage kerio, sorry, elections, then kwa karwa bro kuangaika Christmas whatever. The one here is if. So you must look at the context.
This one sounds like an incitement.
Entitlement. You see, kango kura aware if. Atu ribo kora na tere anto kadijebo. It's a warning. I'm telling the IMBC. We have about to from our party level. Nambi ituatekiri we have no problem with the I commissioners. Na to wabado to talk here. Inyaba kia pointi atonina kanabao. We are clear in our mind. Iteko matano. Kura to amosinda. So, leo gwera beto gwera nekato gwera three. Be fair, be faithful to your call duty. Na otie mwanya buga chagwa wite, na oranda wite, ndi Naruto erondoreti. No nto tareki nyanya, I think kwa tareki nyanya on January or so, 2022. Tumo chamani erondoreti. Ndirenda vera, na ndongo gwera wile context. Ramuntu akwaria. Ikampeni rally. Itu kwa kampeni ya kiama kyakwa. Na tuena antu bakuoppose William Ruto, but if tibali berondoreti ya mishira, area u na bakutuni ya the others. Ndera antu aba mutatuondolea mando andoa huku. No kuibwa. So, kangu atoringiro kura, paka mixi, patu antu batembi, batiloyo. Utona boke noti na baba nkamatire, na banatembea rubembi kajenchero from 10 ndege ro pick up une utibo ndide tienda ambedwa datura utanakuru.
Na still uteba kama tete.
No, haino uteba kama tete. No ntumenya, you see, eunda kwera isiasa sia play no kwakari. So kinyana ende ya okuiba yakirwa tako ndi batiko menya what exactly muntu akua. Kauja twist yo kendo dhukia muntu. But it's only for a very short time. Canada, you know, story. But let us be honest. Let's be fair. That is not what I meant. The other waura, no kuba. Antu ibe elewa kumemaking message. Iranda senda. Antu iba kuelewa. Kinyora kukasha kukakudidiate. Akua. So there is only sending a message of caution. No kuba. Ntewe dikiamba kude response kuantu bakawe. Bakawe hao.
Okay. So now, kuena tweet ya wakili Ndegwa Njiro. Wakili wa Gachagua. Apostate akawa, to all media houses, kindly be informed that the DCI has taken hostage of all His Excellency Rigathi Gachagua's both Karen and Wamunyoro. They are currently manhunting him. We are yet to be informed of the reason. Akawa, we are standing on the promise of delivering Kenya from the shackles of Rutoisim dictatorship, theft, public resources. The main could be, maybe no Mariweke yo muhaunti.
To muhaunti. You see, where you are intent, you can know the makosa. Not Avivia, Nakana, you have done something which you not have ordinarily have done. You know, you Mogudo counter. You know, this is a state scheme of harassing the opposition. But there cannot be anything else. And Ruto has forgotten.
How quickly you changed now to opposition is amazing.
Ndakwende opposition. Nendo mbiranto unimpe the opposition only menimiro. Non tumenya, you must have a voice. Nilio ukura kwini ba itianto wange baba kwenda kunjoin opinzani nondo. The people charged with the responsibility of speaking out for the common wananchi are not doing it. Martin, I think I am very proud today. Even now, you see, Mundora Rawa. Okay, entirely why I have posted because that is history na nekarikire lakini ndakwera uwe mbunge na executive yeta kumama itandeni kimwe mwananchi akudira. I have been in parliament, I have been the executive, so I know what I am telling you. And the only savior na ngakoti tutheti na tuinacho na especially now if you have an overbearing president nondu kabineti ndamipinga nondu minister atikimba kwethia kuuma kirimbi kimuturingiri kura ni upiki when you have just been picked there we kuhau kahewa ngui no gathwa ukakirwa murio yungi yakwirwa collective responsibility you see koko wa yesa utumia kuria kiuria na brokerwa wende ni ara no komenya gatibe kwandikite you will serve at the pleasure of the president na ko buto kana unlike before when we served in parliament na Kibaki na the old constitutional honda wabuta wanontu MP wachoka mbunge ukaendelea ngwiti yako so you have people very few people in balance mantu ya kwa loyo to a dictator na kwethia ta usevu na kwethira wembi we liberal enough kulusi gweku na raia ira ukwenda kuthetera ni thurite mtetesi wa kikatiba na mtetesi wa kikatiba ni MP.
So mheshimiwa, kulingana na bu wakili Ndegwa Njiro andikite, how do you feel like tuchoka we are retrogressing to more days?
That's an understatement. Buru Kenya thai tia the agencies tia te dianti nontu right now kethanya ni ndwa ya ukombozi ya mukuru wa muchungu itionekana because people have become very selfish, people have become very greedy. Ikio nto kuona ukandangulirwa kakaroti kindogo hao uka lose sense no kada ku stand by any principle. So itwachokere nyuma tene ikio nto we must rise down kwaria na kwerio komboa ndie to rindi no nto kada kuthithio ikaura. That is the reality.
Yeah. So now kuwa Gen Zs yoba komboa ndie ina Gen Zs bari kiri kiama kia DCP because kana they are just voting machines.
Are bwana ndi kwanza kiama kia tu dai kwina ntuba youth below 35 in the executive and to 7 na kuina inya a committee kana an organ no kuba youth and Gen Zs only in a set specific responsibilities ira bai. Please, Etera, because we only unveiled the name. On the launch on 4th, you will see us in true colors. Na ukona, most of the work, I'm the organizing secretary. Na mantu yonde ya mipango ni mimi niko naye. So ndakora mantu ya rokona ya minorities, respect the mantu ya minorities, na mantu ya youth na Gen Z, utanjionea wewe mwenyewe.
So ni bibiyo babangirite the organizing secretary.
Ndiko kwa ndambua baibu na
at least Pedro Bena hope. They really need.
They are the people that have the greatest same because we believe that we must nurture them.
They need
we
to
must
understand
be with them. They must understand how to stand up for autocracy. Na velewe Kenya can only be better with their participation. Nikenda kinyabomba wa access equal opportunities. Yes.
So now that boyanire twanya na someone was saying do you respect ate boetere kuriuke mwanga maina kamanda barebe kula na siasa and now bobachokiringi and they feel like ni kambe ya yakuru na tubara ba lusire nguru kana bara bengiro nguru
bo kari you see ira ni rantu batelewa itawa inclusivity article 10 ni katiba talks very strongly amount of public participation inclusivity na amount of maingi. Kenya cannot be Kenya, a party cannot be a party without all groups represented. No dunya kuruba bakawanda bainasi ko buri good responsibility oni ilipo koza kwina group ya ikosi kiaka kikatiba na ogani to the council of eminent persons ko ko thwaniende agency no eto karande ki muguru ya eminent persons kinya ke to ke structure chetu itu hakwina kule antu babe to the elderly and the senior citizens utonya kirasi senior citizens ilazima wewe kinyete miaka 65 uka 70 utumba kwa miaka 30. So the chair committee ya eminent persons by description ya kiama ketu teke andaka chandu ketu no kuiba teke agencies teke bangi ukau nora no atomba guma etakioganire emergency na mantu yangi na so na kukario na women league na nambi ilio kuonwa every facet of society in a representation.
So bora utwira tha ini ate kwina kukethro kwina agencies kiri utongere boke makia DCP
mono we go already ndagora tenando 7 yes
kiama kiki enu ikiatumire antu bararia sana Deputy President na President Kinyawengwa and I think ni majority leader wa Senate bombi bitu bakiaria and a few others na bararia baki insinuate kiama kia DCP ni kiama tribal ikiama kia kia kureta antu ba kabila kia kikabila
endere ankulie nontu menda kuirira oboti itachira wane ikawe jump itoria wai itoria au ai na pabwa tebuirio tutera kanya nontu unless if you are blind no buri kuona nyama nteu by description of tribal itembo fit number 1 medeka imomiro tebo our secretary our treasurer imuikamba the chairman imumasai tema imumasai we deputy lipata linda imuluya alafu secretary general imonjaluo kinyaba ubongo batano natara mumbi kai tribwiri kubana so nurawiwa kimiru kiwa muta kwenda te weta mutwera aweta antolembiro so iba thirio number 2 ito apatire test ya kwira whether to tribe or not non to parameters unia ilitwe iregistrawa political parties kenda to 18
so now as you said ukiwa teniba kurire bibomba wikira ndene mheshimiwa the other day CS wa Interior Kipchumba Murkomen na uate kure antu boba kwebelia thirikari ne kana batura thirikari ne baita kumbura siriti ya thirikari so he was proposing I don't know kedro ni sheria ibuidwa kana kerio that oroka idura sheria I mean oroka idura siriti thirikari as you did maybe na what the message ya DCI about the fertilizer onto babu bati kwa prosecutor.
You see, kulimanza ya kuendoita Official Secrets Act. Ni tumbainda state officers. Kumemanto yo diete na ya budi kuda ya secret. Timanto yonde ya budi kuda ya secret. Manto akirai mutumbo mbe atu timane neto banga turane utuke ya tura ya secret. It can be. So I am responsible enough kume what I must say, what I cannot say. No guata. No tumende kwa tuka babu wa mibika re no enda se fertilizer. No enda sia kana no kama tu amborio. But okay autueka wengo kuone message nyingi kura ndisi no mpa communication. I be that it has been decided na after kwa the end of public service. So whether should that tell you kinya mantu kethe mithika na wikirwa ka wikirwa mantu na kuri antu angi ya decided wa so you know that is to what extent tenda kuone public no ithiro wikirwa mantu utina yo kana yangi akibanga rondu kungu no kerwa iwo kamatite wakamatite murio itio ikyo ndo kuona ndira wira kamate collective responsibility murio ukona no kamatite tunya merio tikumenya na teburi kuthere aku lakini ukata tia ukirite but you see there comes a time when you must hustle, get out and say no, enough is enough. Yes.
So kure antu bakona yaga kukethro kumba kwethro kuri na thina in future maybe kire coalition yenu when maybe certain persons but thuro kwethro bari presidential candidates.
The to me are very clear in our minds that the tumba kwenda twinda kutatu presidential candidates. We can't don't be presidents. Get president and government is enough, it's big, it's so huge to accommodate everyone, for example. And we don't have to be there. What we want is a better Kenya. What we want is a driver or a leader who can be able to bring the country, who can be able to promise what we can deliver as a country. Lakini kwa to menya our revenue, kana ira tumbo automatic our GDP, kana kana utonga bwa nthiguru wetu ile kiasi fulani na then itukuendelea kuranto tukathithia na tutekuthithia na tutekumena sika ya tutekwenda ukayania urongo ya vumu ukiotuika bado twaurire uhuru tukiwa the country in debt katukwenda kuthiria kukoba marandu no kenda kumakirira andu you see you must start borrowing less so kwatuka nende kana ugathoreri nyene if you want to get out of the hole kawenda kuthika kenda umba witia ukaendelea kwenja you think more so kwatuka last financial year itwarombete mbeca this financial year to finance our budget urenda turomba mbeca nyingi nkuruki yenyira twarombete last year then we will perpetually be in debt tutumba kuuma so kuendelea tu kuthithia kwetha twikayanacia ndio tukuwa hapana itwira antu itukasemeri let us live within our means let us cut our clothes according to our body sizes and that should be the message ndio tukuwa excited na kwira antu nambi na to reduce mantu kuri twaringirwe tu on top of cars tuta tukiromba kura na Kenya batwa itu reduce mantu kuthiuruka Kenya na twingari ne uru tuchoke obisine tuditende no ndo iva politician ukuma rome nara you set yourself for failure no ndo tiro atimana na siasa ba pare okuromba into na bakuromba wale ba bathure kana nge promise out of excitement ure moko fulfill then you mess yourself
so now that tukwa rimanto ya political parties mheshimiwa ni bibi dharabina de na okay the nane political parties kana the nane drivers ba political parties is because for example we nidritore mumembo Kano TNA then moved to Jubilee then UDA then now DCP so ibiama bietu bite ideologies kana ni babu atongeria botea nairo because people might want to understand belewe atire now that tukwariria Ciaca Cia Biama what exactly is the problem with the political parties cha Kenya.
Political parties is the problem problem ni antu babu ya batongerete Biama nonto ugathoma manifesto na kana katiba Cia Biama bibingi ni almost copy and paste kana 90% they are similar so ite kiama is not the problem problem ni atongeria barabara ariku bare urwara baka dishonest ona bakara kwa faithful to the ideology ile kiama na philosophy yake so aune bio bide tathina na dishonesty yere lack of trust ke confidence ke eroded pe ukona thina ispuma na antu bagara ku respect structures ile ideo na iditangui so whether either you want your it's either the way or no way for anyone else. Yes.
Bitigire tuthome comments ingitha tukire Facebook Dhura Junior arua congratulations Lentore, we are behind you papa kinoti arua mithika usiogope tuko nyuma yako MCA governor MP wote na Ruto must go Matiang'i 2027 tuko na nyinyi Bwana Martin, I have heard severally Gachagua saying that he was humiliated because he had no party. Why is Lentore following him and joining Gachagua's party without his? People still are asking this question.
It's because they don't understand. I've tried to explain. Mundu na kudhikirete, nonto na dhikirete na ushoka the same thing. That's the nature of our human beings. So leave them.
Let us make Meru shine again. Give us directions. The kingpin ni Kinyua Celesio. Eject mom. Zakayo deni arua ambia metheka sisi wa Meru hatuna si wajinga kiasi hiyo. Titufuate kule watu wengine wanaenda na sawa sawa. Lawi arua Lentore ni ni nchamba mno ni yomiririe kwira rais makosa yawe Ben Rigiji ya unibo nchamba sieto Alex Murira Rua, give us the directions our kingpin your actions action to Munyoro means a lot and know we fully support you and your team. Nicholas Bandi Aruambia waziri our deputy president is under siege according to senior counsel Ndegwa Njiro. Mudhomi Kalipo Arua asked Lentore what he did for for people of Mira when he was CS. Mureithi akawa anyone in support of one term is my brother. Okay, Lentore ni Arua kama Wameru tuko nyuma ya Ruto na Kiendekiata akienda aende peke yake. Mudhomi Arua okay, ni uto kudhome temira. Simon Mongere Arua, which development agenda will the CS be pushing through DCP manifesto that will spur economic growth and development in Meru County?
Najabo na Martin, Meru is an agricultural county.
Yeah.
Meru, Ugakwailia is the only rural county. Rural county. Ira ina GDP ina nkurugengi sionde. Number 4 or 5 there about kikuri ogoti. Yonkage edite na currency. Siakenya na Central Bank. Na banki nyingi mno county. That tells you we have a lot of potential. What we need to do ni kuhakikisha itakuwa na commensurate return yogoti uraturea ikuhakikisha to support the drivers si economy ketu ku produce more. Yonto you see yonto mirae to kuhariria honestly for example ke the akaba the necessary support na to ikahatiken seriously ni bro kari Meru ikura nonto bila kwenda anto bamenya mirae nyeda ni tukwirwa te arimi bamira ke batetheka na economy mire ke driver nonto arimi be kwase kuma kibirisia bamboka veria nambi they have already market. So when we have no purchasing power nonto mira ikubuka it means nyabantu babangi bakathigiata bakasafa. Let's look at our tourism sector. Now Rabare with a national park Naraura Nambi, there's nothing much that has ever been done to open up this area for tourism. When I was member of parliament, Narudu Ahiraiku, Kumakwa Kiringo kuna Mwanka Park, we pushed Mwankana Kiringo Mweshmua, Kenda Parabari with Idua to Ijai Park Kireru, and you can see we tried near Idua, but there's no incentive for high that park for tourism. Na kuru park imoko tourism iko identify yonto nara national nara yeto mulika launch nyomba siakwa kana tu ya na Indias siakwa ya na nyamiunda now in the park private investors to go for PPPs and to baka nyomba they want to market park and to ya so there's a lot when and goodwill edrikari na seriously determined utebia of course then the Guatemala because we've also had bad leadership in the county. Na negio to kuona to ari nyumao negio kuwa nende the current governor na bwiri kuona bura aomba bring in and to buy Indias pamutederie as a matter of urgency kenda tumba uspindisha na uka chap meakerere diete iraurete non to a lot of goodwill. Hey, we want to support him. We want him to succeed. No kuona kendende ando aba ina Indias what we need to do for Meru with Ambere mandunya diate ya didika. We also need to see what we can do to add value to our products. Kenda tumba kwa diate kwa tukiona ambese imbera nkuruki. We need to see how tumba kodidia to kuona other markets for coffee. Non tukawa ikaruwa ko to better prices. So there are a number of things that we can do, but all depends on the willingness. Yeah, the two governments sitting together and working closely. Mayani, we have been doing very well, but now, Burau Kari, Tikomenya, what is likely to happen. But Katwetere, We have only 2 months to the close of the financial year. Katwete, we can wish them well.
Okay.
Iroba kamanya whether what we are doing we were right or not.
Okay. So, was there exactly cartels kiri manto ya mira? Do you know of any?
Martin, I think,
first of all.
Kankwere manya, Kankwere. I did what I was able to do to sort out the Mira problem. Imbenda kwa point manto yo munono to people never appreciated. I never understood what we were doing. Kinyombo kalinga meromo kana tukariate. You know, you can only manage business when there are clear set out the rules of engagement. Kendo meba huko ndiru nako. Ninda kwere the other time I passed that law. No group regulations sakuran Mira business. Kenda to create the room transporters, sia packers, you know, exporter, no manta mengi muno. To swainya team committee. Ile kombo karande kwa area na kuona lending daktari midika. So we didn't quite a lot, but our people became impatient. No group wambele kwa home midika must go. So midika went. So midika URETERI inyoka ile thai. Mauri yakwa nda alikuwa as minister. Na ruari dai ko yambeta. So antu wetu kidira we immediately mean to support them, lakini iba ya impatient kidogo and iba bwiri kumenya indo feeling irande tio inge muntu ura minister wa Kagwe kana ura walikuwa kidira inayo. Because my friends rely greatly on Mira na ndenda kuona bae uplifted. Na isitoshe kinya onde Mira ere wetho kiuoni nya woni kwanza nda wanya mpita kyo no kuba no ndo ndenda chere moya ngiri manana no kuba buru ni
so kwa kintu ya cartels kiri manto ya Mira.
So cartels, you know, won't tombo kwira kwenda kwa cartel kana ndi cartel no ntumenya ri tru very often misused no ndo because ndaba already ora wiji cartel muntu fulani ne yambire no kuba tona utiwe hirambira kanto wa in any case bakiwa kwembesi ili hawa ndiyo hawa. So kinya police ukena nyeto kwenda fight crime kanambi, you must give information, then we are able to work. And kwa woni mbitu nya katero wana dei. So that is the problem we had, but I think so far on the time and the team ya ba mukorongo ba kumana unjo une nambi, they are doing a good job. Basikumana nayo na araba kinyete no ndibo by competent now, because since I left office ni over 9 months ago, 10 months ago actually, ndomba ku work exactly ni uko the theater ni oya kinyete au but twenda month ya bomuno na rengire kankurie bona mati nyombuli kwa the president na ari atarikinya ngaitariki April na wako yana a notice agua antu bakarende deputy president ya ashete musemani ibo babwiri utwera abunge beto anto story se kodio kana weta kuna kuota nara eke okolea no gubwa babwiri gwethe abakura se ba pressure abakura se misema nyori ikubwedu karaniata and I would want us also letu na kanyama nani tumenye, you know, when people become poor, people become insecurity crisis kaya. We have not to underestimate mantu yaka through thefts and deaths. Livestock na mantu yayo na yaburi kwa taken very seriously wana Martin. Temira haki tu nayo economy yetu I target na it bunene muno na wemwe ile mantu ya Mira kwamba kuyo kwa ng'ombe na kura wa kwantu wetu is not an easy thing. Nilo ngurantu itubwiri ku take mantu yomo seriously tukona bo thirikari umba kuria utumbo mbera atiri kwethira thirikari nirio netae kaura mara kweti mbaringu nara na mbaragu nara ifaro bya tura bino. What is difficult kutweka egembe no dia mwangene yo twao antu bautura ko thurwa utikura namba bao. What is difficult kwa kikija kinyako tweka kaba ko bambesa kwethe kwena police presence throughout mongantu babengwe. So which is easier usecure antu bara beya nao kana ni wita kuura politicians ya baina michema ni No, let's get serious. Our priorities is sawa. Na thirikari ndakwira ni te gusukumwa. Ni baraba bwiri umesukuma. Yeta slow. Utuba kadhivia.
Would you say no gwithiribwo kwana rira wari Minister of Agriculture kwerio tethi kimera kemera?
Ndakwira kwa the warning ngakinde yena regulations na sheria. What else are you asking? Sheria cionthe ciutumika ici yakwa. Yes, simi upasi them. Kaba teterere no gwiba twambirie ku implement no nducio tweterete mante implementation. Otherwise legislation irembi is tayari. So different licenses are there. No gwiba cia ta classify anto no gadithia ta no atua no kendia no ka license plan kenda tumenya kundiru na antu specific antu watu kumenyana. And then komete niyo timu irio kenda umagwathia ta ukarande na kweria bo bomba ku negotiate mantu aba isemira na number 2 na kwina problems ya ndide kyo nabo no ndu kwina timbo timu ya tiwa peri kundiru nai wende kundiru nacio.
Chubebi kaitwari na former deputy president Rigathi Gachagua na I mentioned ati President Ruto ari biashara enemira that cartel ziri kwirirwa is one of them. Are involved kiri biashara chemira but involved na president wa Somalia. Are you aware of that?
So when me agweka umbira so to me serious niwe bwari noe noruwa na kwire so you must don't to menya kwenda na kwire you must be knowing exactly what you was saying.
You are Minister for Agriculture na no dila sana na mantu ya mira
kakwenda buriria iri mantu ya mbiririe terekiana right by the time mundathira tena kuthithia regulations ntari ndi kuthithia ata tukwambiriria nya ku license ato ndo sheria tutari tu implement na uningwa yogana ndi escort of honor wa president wa Somalia na inya mbalozi wai o Somalia itwarache nao ni kenda tumba kurura mantu ya market ikio ndoko unenya kiringo na ikio na rano ndo kwedia ata ku open up those markets. So minister nyake there other than the policy guideline mantu ya yangi yo ndya dita theory and time and there together akimenya but we did our best to ensure that kinya relationship ile ya leo ikubwa but kan kwere ukairo murio thirikari athine mira thirikari right tika kwende mantu ya rocket science ndo kwa tuika kama serious ni bakwenda mira antu wetu bafaindika kinya kethote weta mira manini to kuburu mbonda liboi yes kana routing mira etera nio mira yetu ngari ekathithia yeta so antu wetu buri ko deiba ruorirwe nteko meto wa liboi mbonda kana inge mbonda singe thethia weta acho na wakawa escort mira yatoka Somalia yes ndorobe nteko mindrobe angaina na reta but so that papo ingire landing rights dara bembi bo watwa bote weta mbonda ni ruorire bateruora ni bopo ingite cia Kenya kapo ingite bo thirikari na bote wenda yang ikira paka inga bato buruore beta no
buranku gwa kaibo kuwa mheshimiwa ni ati thirikari is not keen kile manto ya mira
na kwa but interested thirikari nya kwa keen ntu tika ba interested no to if they are ndakwira na manto ya within their control iweta bakawana ndi mbonde ye libo tuweka itenga o tuweka ifaro kanambi tukurura boda ngari cionde cia mira baba kwenda wije mando Somalia no twato iba kwenda mira yetu iba kuruka ira ya paeta bakiria ntu bakia bachoka bakaditi ntu batu batatonyerwe lakini utwira mira mo lip service kede ba serious re kwa the president na ure tareki ire tareki mukendeke take up the matter tima na tongeria ba to resolve this matter why is it that 5 weeks after the meeting nothing has happened?
Okay,
be serious bwana twarije mantu ya openly na truthfully tutegweria kumblame mundu ku kanambi but to me that is the solution kwa kwenda mbira uthirikari ni rena interest ya kweria kuthiria wamba bongombe is a serious enterprise a biashara
right? Na tupakumenyekana kana
ende we can only speculate no ndo ndata kuumba kuithira badu kuringana na sophistication ya my equipment sieto na broka hii ndo eba du ngate tu ya kuiro itaronde seriousness ira ya urite andu kwa kungi kuntheri ni ndo ite tumairo ku That's the question. What can they get that in TV?
Yeah.
Yes. Na kai murkomen na ko. Wa murkomen hekwe yako. Eteranto va security pa sibu nambi kinoru stadium. Nanto borai likiao na gokungi. Na gembe no dinaro rogome. Na musemanyore yo abu go bi go stadium na odimenti kana yo abu go bi Tiania East ka West kana gembe North ka Central na kuya wangombe. Yes.
So is ni thirikari ite na ite na mibango kuthiria manto ya kana what is it?
Area mpisi so ama mpio moyo omuri atwelete no ndibo bari ya president na ndo bangi bondo yo ndo mburi nega tesiria zino kukuria ate gochwa mbecha anto bogwikansa kuba kuthira kinya ndika binde twali twegwa asbestos city cionde ni ichi dieta ni ito mbia chukurwa barwe kunenganire commitment area mbonjon boa kureta mwamba mwangaru ari atenga na mbecha ilitwa siriwa ana thirikari ta nenkanira no mbagwa no complain.
Okay.
Na ibo kuita ai kuringa ampe buku abothiata na wethiata na ndo support maendeleo ya ibu
tuchinjingia kidogo mheshimiwa. Medika litura karombe tikia gavana 2027
yankure bwana Martin. My priority right now is to organize Meru kuithira ine heshima methenera mauntu ya Kenya ya kundiscusswa na nara ya kwairwa. Meru is not about Medika. What I want us is to restore heshima the community yetu. Your priority number 1. No, to Meru will live longer than Medika. Lakini aibu ya Meru yekiri mwankatha hai. Na hii strategy, by the way, can go one of the things that Nditwa Naruto. Kapangite systematically could destroy. And to tongeria ponde brava mbogo de bakima from our region. But how? Can go here, my friend. To me, Tiaguiringa, I have participated in Ciaca Cia for quite some time. Na, de Korea, I took for some time, the Tomeni to end muno. What would you imagine Medika no engo kabineti vugavurirwa mwana miaka 30 prime minister atena network atena heshima na anybody uti aiye rwaria na ngwataniro kana agreements japo kanira na tumba kuri anything not because inyamo shara atona and he's just going up, so he's only interested in his salary respectively tangu mudhukia na ndamuenda muno. So, that is the linda you are given. When you destroy Medika, bring this child, Mwano, acting at that level. Then, Meru becomes hopeless, netena anywhere else to go. Ya Meru, ya despite the on message. Uncle, let's say, Kenda Meru, despite its economic strength, and the numbers becomes desperate, so that now, Meru, you tell then Kindiki, akangurumd no tunyo mwana wetu na have no problem nawe akerwa now for how to kenda to adurana Mount Kenya East and West where and deputy president ukadon the president we destroy Gachagua akengwa aeta Kindiki remains. So when Kindiki remains becomes the only hope ya antu wankema kanaba na hapa aeta na yet kidakike noe atena ground in terms of numbers nataka kuene heshima nambi natomba kuoria natomba stand up against excesses. The president nonto is appointed. That is what happened. Nikionto kuona nyaya ayumbe bonde beto tumaraini MCA bonde beto tumaraini utiomba kuoria, so you cannot kill mtu omwe to grow the other. Now this is the next story bwana Martin dikeria kendo muria the next victim
someone has to start somewhere.
The next victim Dikeria will be Kindiki himself. The next victim is Kindiki himself. Because Medika Kurawa
is fortunate
Kindiki remains. Now Kindiki remains and it's unfortunate though he's my friend. They are to close muno na non to know to Meru could destroy his own brothers. What will happen? Na no kuona brawa karwa kakero nende as we move in the future what yantu bowe nabo no aremere kureta ngema na Mount Kenya yonde together na kou in the next election who you cannot be running mate utithe candidate wai or deputy president then kinikino atewe so why lia case kemiage we tano ethira akura mithika akura kindiki akura Gachagua kawira na akwire nyawe otio so you have nobody wathirwa ana ko muntu tumba kwithira ari ni we okwethita na antu batu na bo batumba kuona that scheme ukana ruari ukahambira I want to wish my brother best but ukiona cha mwenzako kikinyolewa tia chako maji.
I don't know where you're coming from na Rwariru Mheshimiwa, but Minister Eric Muga is someone wathurirwe ari engineer nonto aina is a technocrat wamantu ya roi, so that is why aninkere position ni so I don't know
Is he the only engineer in Kenya?
No, but itibo ndebo mba kwa mawaziri.
No kuiwa.
Tima engineers
bonda. No kwenda kwenda yako bwania iwe nka engineer. No kuiwa. Right? Enda ko tuika ikyo onto athurirwe. Ndakura that was the scheme. Kike tumi. No kwenda na watia kwenda ombira. U in this county anywhere our minister wa miru eta swanso. Muije. Nya kurukira arari no kwamenya nuro kurukite no. Nobody, iteke minister bwana Martin kethera kike community. I will not have a problem or an issue kethera metheka kaengero munyoyo. Onto munya nakurugire twenu mbunge aka assistant minister aka angabana so aina attraction aina connection aina base yanto. Kethikira ito woyerwe I will not follow. Kethika yu na review rukite kwa karomba kura aka women rep. No kuibwa kethera nene burios you know. Lakini itima na menya kijamwa sorry goronge muntu kadhe kwa destroy ndi mwano no ntono this is his first job utumba kuitia mote kuma uru wero first job mbele mwano rale da bakengwa thirikari ni no toba chinda abakana aunda si start looking for a job aunda si fit.
What is your strategy, by the way, able kuwa watching the president Ruto ni? Because Ruto yari wa mubango yenu ake kana agenda yenu ni Ruto must go and nothing for Kenyans.
Kenya, by the way, kan kuira rai rai teba hatwe ni agenda ya Kenya ibe Ruto must go. Nonto an kuire whether ni woni kana bao in fact there is so much hate na vitrum because we loved him na iko mesha na our problem ni iko betray trust ila ya dhati ate aya nerwekura nayo itina condition ato are mo ku feel promise ile dhati ate no keep to his word utri to kingi na kwa tuika maundu yayo ndetu gwirwa yorongo wasi so kwa tuka mundu weno togwera na ndagura ntunye mwana na kuona ri kwa tuka Martin wena oguri bakite kenjai ni wo mwere ni wo kenjai now challenge ajoga atwira mundu na araritie na muntu okwire miaka si 2017 na ne Kenya bonde akwira ai bume tuchukulia watoto ama wajika kiasi gani ende kinyote didete mistake kingi kinyote didete bungi ando baina reason ne kwa muntu nya turata tutumba wodiata tutumba mwitiki arenge weko ya muntu no koya nako ya karande akanyuma nkia agarara alabu ageranta metheka hata nikiondoka ikipi nitamkalia ni anaweza kaa na nini huyu ni mtu yangu akaya yabuka ajena hata lekinya ati naongea na metheka na mpanga na nurongo so what do you expect kaumbokira so we have to be careful and tukaba menyete ibaka yiru and don't think Kenyans are ready to be cheated again.
Yeah. So Mheshimiwa tukithiria did you just say utirombe tikia governor 2027?
Ndakura my first priority my priority in this country and in this Meru ni ku ensure that Meru regains its respect. Kuko tuwe kamerea metheka kurombe tike ngavana iko kyatuma Meru yache heshima pake yakara kwa kyo tuweka metheka ne ikorea otuma nikio kiombo tuma Meru ikara kuwatanira iringa kura antu amwe turitani I don't vote for William Ruto kakakara I have a greater agenda than what you think nanda kuria tiri matini unyumba ile tiningwa uni na nandi withwa ni ondo votisho kwa nako kuthwaniri mantu angu akikwa I not look and job for myself no menyen kurite nende dai no kuibwa so I want to see a county where tomba kumburi njingap na antu bakendana county kamwe cohesive together to na tongeria bakuthwaniri about Meru and not themselves.
So I don't know kedra kukamita either ni is it political group kana ni flip flopping because rera tware aringi wambiriro karombe tikia governor no karomba na kiama kemi.
No ntahuro remember one time the last time I went akure can even be a kingmaker. That's what I told you when we were here. Neunda wire.
Ndio wewe waziri wa wiro terombe tikia governor but wewe kumete wambiriro karombe tikia governor no karomba na tikia mimi na kiama kemi.
Like tutari ya tutari ti atwali.
It was here actually.
No, tutari dia showing madeni.
We did.
Ndeguma minister tutai yaringi. So riato area was minister. Na tuegwe ya iyo ndakwire can be a kingmaker. No kuba lakini what I want to is good leadership. So sarakasi si kuingia muno iyo ndeyirenda wankambi gasho eteke ngabana. Right? Na ndegwe eteke ngabana gasho na ndethiuruka na inya muno. Now right now tunangabana wa mweru. Atadhiria meri ile no kuibwa and mutuma na wita antu pamoja na kwaraniria na antu no brinye ke open my statement bure ku restore mind Meru na hambi antu ba ina ideas no ne bombo akomodite ideas ibumba utederwa au mbo succeed tutomba ku karirete kimwe yende turi hamo no kuibwa so now if akatweka ngwene kuritwa bra twinde tukenda na itukwewe zima utima ntu yangi mungu gwera batu ni tibagi batu tukwenda bana mate ti ntu kingi no gwibwa utina bana kutha bwendwa no ntu mantu ya wetora ko bidiata okwenda so utekwe yo atwa wetwa ko inyura weta kwerwa stima anga atwa barabara ne doki no kona no didere to ko makamunde ne ka kuna mbinambi we support him brother adhirie tamwewe enda kurani ringi we are satisfied with them we work together we support him no nto ndakuya thirikari nyine where I sit we can plan anything we can support everybody but katwe at times to arrange reasonable enough tuweke mantu mwananchi mbele kinya batu itikethe ni me alone no I am ready to nurture I am ready to support other leaders bro mate nimpete moto ndiudi kamuyumbe miaka kibumba nkazenita impete minister ndina taitura nene Burundi nene dunia yiyumba kuewa einji yichi what else dogubwa tia kuona age utimana na jode ba kuondibo wiri twende muntu bukananira na that kind of thing and there is a lot of peace yore nyabuto ka Meru either haiya taibo ngibukaura utikirere ya tura ku odho kirere kinyagethera manina kwanda kwambiria sarakasi na bugiri kwa elua that toxicity ile hali ni working environment sasa thirikari na maybe giteo na enkobania oet nkendo so mutuma for example royo ndano ne muringire nkamura murume nkwendo kurugira waku ofisini nkugethie na to share ideas au not share we lakini utiringe kwa kariko in my life no ndo ente me baba mtu ku ofisini ubakathithia bakara so to me wamburia when I enjoy most as a citizen of Meru in the county leadership ilai no ndo ninangaba na mumba kuringira na ngabikurukira so let us wait and see.
Okay, so now organizing secretary no kubanga maybe kwethro kiambia MPs ba the sitting MPs ba Meru MCAs bokumakire kiama yako
ndakwira atiri
ndabaki akweya wabetekiria
kankwira atiri nkwire imasi movement ya antu bonde nangokwira nendo kwenda antu bonde baba kwenda kuromba ite ibeye kiamene beya kiamene na ba express interest nonto as the organizing secretary mbeti to a program ya wita kuregister members na reach out to the public.
Yep.
Na taumata kwira tukuthiurunka tukambiria kiatho kia witwa Kalonzo this month. Taumo twite komugi tutwiye u ndenda kwira mbere tu ya ndine nyani di list ya prospective aspirants baba kwenda kurunga baite bya MCA bya MPs kene yetu ke ya MCs ya no tukakondiniri nae nabo so kiama kiri open for everyone. Vira king bomba kuwa ne ate kiama ketu in terms of mandili na ucheck conduct yeku na character and what you stand for iko together to very firm.
Yeah.
While ya ni muntu uriko ueta kutwike akendia community kana imundu makulunga manauma that will be a very defining trait the kind of leaders that we pick.
Yeah. Let's wrap up. Mheshimiwa Waziri, thank you very much. Really appreciate it.
Asante.
Thank you very much. Asante sana mutegeri wa Wero TV na muthikiri wa Wero FM no tubakwithwa wina batukiri mubango ya chunke siasa tuko baruari ukolwa warabajiririe ngikwira itukwithbanga no tubwa tariki 1 June ira tukethwa twina mambura yo kungwira miaka 8 ya kamemera wendete sana ya Wero FM na of course twichokeria nkatho no tubwa tutikithia number 1 kirero tereru kwithwa ati nitu tutongeretie kamemera tongerete ne kuthikiro bonene sana. Thank you very much no tubakwithwa wina batu tuko baruari kine mubango ya chunke siasa to Martin Wechongi ondola tukari na Mheshimiwa Mithika Linturi National Organizing Secretary wa kiama kia DCP. Asante. Thank you very much.
Kenya.
Good night. It's been real. For real.
Thank you. Kundu kanto